we're watching AMD. AMD earnings due out today after the closing bell. We have a preview of this name, Michael Lee, founder of Michael Lee Strategy, joining me. This is a name that was really beaten down. I was actually looking that it lost 62% of its market cap from March of 2024 to April 2025. And while it's recovering, it's still underpacing NVIDIA, and you think it's pretty cheap, right?
Yeah, look, I think it's if you have a 12-month time horizon, you're looking at least a double from here. I really like this stock, and the nature of these AI GPU game is that the demand far exceeds supply, and the problems that AMD has had is just getting that supply up and running to meet that demand. It's not quite in line with where the street is. And so they have hammered this stock and kind of lost all faith. And there's this overwhelming bearish sentiment that's been ongoing for a while, especially since February, on everything AI. And so I don't know that tonight's number will be particularly spectacular because of the charges they had to take tariff related. But this is the largest technology trend in the history of the world, and it's the fastest growing technology trend in the history of the world.
So it really tells you the story about the tech sector, right? I mean, I know that we're going to be sort of counting how many chips were sold by AMD and NVIDIA and others to China with the regulations that have been in place and the tariffs and such. But they also compete against one another. And so having market share or having something special over the other, but the tech sector trend you feel like is pretty good, right?
Yeah, so all around this AI and this infrastructure build out. And so, Warren Buffett took his, in his, I don't know if this will be his last annual meeting, but he took a chance to take a swipe at this AI infrastructure build out. And, I got to say, I think he's very wrong here. They were late to the game on Apple. And that ended up being their biggest performer over the last decade or so. I think that the bears on this don't really fully understand how it works, and obviously, they've been getting louder and louder especially over the last 2 years, whereas NVIDIA's performance came on, and you keep hearing these naysayers saying we don't see the ROI on the investment in infrastructure. And all I have to say is take a look at Meta's earnings. Look at their daily user engagements. Daily active users and their user engagement. Right. To be this long into the company, this big a company, have that many users, to grow those users, to lengthen engagement is a proof of the pudding of what AI will do for certain companies. And surprise, surprise, they're one of the largest buyers of NVIDIA GPUs. There's more than enough market share to go around for NVIDIA, Broadcom, Marvel, and AMD. I particularly like AMD because it's so, like, I'm looking at it as almost 15 times next year's earnings. We'll see how that shakes out with these tariffs and what today's call is like. I think it's a relatively low hurdle to beat it, but I still think the market might not digest the charge they take. And if I'm AMD, this is a kitchen sink type quarter where I just throw every sort of bad news out because you're already dealing with relatively low expectations due to this trade tariff. So I don't know how much of a pop we'll get on the stock. I think you'll have to wait till the August quarter to really get that pop that we saw from like a Marvel and a Broadcom towards the end of last year.
All right. Thank you for all of that, Michael Lee. I want to bring into the conversation Francisco Bido, Senior Portfolio Manager, FM Investments, on the telephone. Some of your thoughts on AMD, as folks are expecting, at least some parts expected to show strong server CPU share gains. Of course, the commentary regarding data center GPU, the segments may be facing headwinds, of course, in the competition in that space, but new licensing requirements. What are you going to focus on now, and do you like this name?
Thanks for having me. Yes, I do love this name. It's a great buy. Where is that right now? As your prior speaker, Michael Lee, mentioned, I think people don't get it. There's enough misunderstanding about AMD and the whole future of AI that makes it a compelling long-term buy. So, there's a lot to love here. Valuation is great. I expect they beat on both the top and the bottom line after the hour today, after the market closes. Nothing spectacular, too, but yeah, it's a great buy long term. If you're willing to hold for about a year or more, then you should be fine.
Yeah, and we'll wonder how tariffs may be hurting or helping a name like AMD going forward. This dynamic remains to be seen and what happens there. But when you think about some of the other names in the group, do you have other favorites in there, Francisco?
Yes, one of the one that is being slammed today. I like Palantir, PLTR.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's a great buy, long
Okay.
term.
All right,
And
Michael. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead. Give me one more thought if you want.
yes, I mean, I was just going to justify my PLTR, my Palantir choice there. And it's just that they are expanding their business. Besides military contract, they're also moving into the enterprise and partnering with a lot of consulting firms up there to help get AI into the enterprise and to really deliver value there.
Yeah, it's great to chat with you both. Michael Lee, thanks for being on with us. Francisco Bido, thank you as well. It's great to speak with you both today.